I grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and my neighborhood, it was an all-black neighborhood. I grew up between the railroad tracks and the Mississippi River. I played baseball and basketball. I was All-American. I had over 50 offers for scholarships. I had no idea where I wanted to go. My mom and Guy Lewis and my coach sort of got together and decided he's going to Houston. My mom had such courage. She was a strong lady. I admired her so much because she worked 2 jobs. My mom and dad, they divorced when I was 6 years old. So my mom basically raised us herself. I grew up in a single-parent home. The toughest thing for me is because I grew up in an all-black high school, all-black neighborhood. My biggest fear was how was I going to make it in Houston, because I knew the racism in Baton Rouge. And the greatest thing Guy Lewis did, away from the fact that he had the nerve to integrate his team, because Elvin Hayes and I were the first 2 black basketball players there to integrate the program. So I'm thinking, well, he's going to be my roommate. What Guy Lewis did, though, he made sure that 2 of us were separated. Both of us had roommates from New York, guys who had been around blacks and things like that. So the adjustment for them wasn't that great because they went to school with black guys. For us, it was tough because, we went to all black high schools. I thought that was the greatest thing ever because it sort of brought me out and I got a chance to learn a lot about my roommate. The interesting thing about my career and my transition, though, was that when I arrived in Houston, I arrived as a scorer. When I left Houston, I left as a defensive player. I came there without a girlfriend. And my sophomore year, I met my to-be wife, who was also a student at the University of Houston. My senior year, we got married in between games. I think we got married and we went to Hawaii after that. And we've been married ever since. We have 3 kids and 12 grandkids, 1 great. Well, it was a blessing for me when I was drafted, simply because I've always been a Celtic fan. I had a kinship with Russell because of his defense ability and the fact that he grew up in Louisiana and born in Louisiana. When I was with the Los Angeles Lakers, one of the assistant coaches, his name was Jack McCluskey, he said, if I ever get a job with another team as a general manager, I want you in as an assistant coach. So at the end of my year in 1980 with the Celtics, he gave me a call. And then I came in, we talked, and that was my first signing with the Pistons. I spent 3 years with the Pistons, and I signed with San Diego, which eventually became the LA Clippers. From there, I went to Atlanta, and then I got the job with Houston. So I won Coach of the Year in Houston. The next year, I got fired. So after the Rockets, I went and signed with Detroit as head coach there. So this is my 2nd time in Detroit. And then from Detroit, I went to New York. It's a huge honor for me to get the acknowledgement and the recognition from your university. This particular honor is very special to me, and I'll cherish this the rest of my life. And it's just great to be acknowledged and to know that it's something that can't be taken away from you. I have so many people to thank, my teammates at the University of Houston, but I can't forget the contribution to Guy Lewis. And last but not least, my wife, Jackie. She's a rock. She's my rock of Gibraltar. She's endured the ups and downs, the firings, the losses, but she's special, and she's done a great job with my children and my grandkids, and she's the most wonderful person on earth as far as I'm concerned.